No, there's this kid, and you know how you could some parents put their kids at like the top of the shopping cart, and their kind of legs go out through the top. They sit there,
Yeah.
and I was putting stuff on the on the conveyor belt, I suppose, and Grace is with me, and everyone's got masks on, and Grace like looks with like this look of like shock and terror, and she's like, the kid just took her phone. And I looked over and I see this kid like, so there's this other clerk right, because it's like a shopping lane. There's this other clerk directly opposing, and there's this kid that's like moving a phone like back from the counter. So I'm like, oh, that kid just like picked up the phone that was lying there. So I go over and I just like literally go to casually like, oh, I'll just resolve this problem by taking the phone and moving it back to the counter. Right? I was like,
how old is this child? You're gonna steal it from him?
No.
What was your thought?
No,
what was your game plan going in? I'm just going to take the phone and not say anything. I'll
Listen,
resolve it.
I've got the mask on. Oxygen isn't in my brain. I'm shopping hungry. I go over. So here's what I thought happened. I thought this kid had reached over and taken the phone like of the clerk next to the kid, and the kid looked like he was about to like throw it on the ground, right? So I was like, okay, I'll simply deal with this situation by resolving it, not saying anything. I'll just put the phone back. And so I walk over and I'm just like, hey, can you give that back? And I start wrestling with this fucking kid. Like at this point, I'm like just like trying to be like, "Hey kid, like you should probably give back that phone." And the fucking lady that's like the mom turns around and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing with my phone?" And I'm like, "Well, I have misread this situation, and now I think this lady thinks I'm trying to steal this phone." And so I'm like, "Hey, I think that kid just took the phone that was lying there." And she's like, "Are you trying to take my phone?" And I'm like, "No, I just think that the kid was..." And then Grace comes up and she's like, "I think your kid was trying to smash your phone." And I'm like, "No, I think your kid was trying to smash her phone, but I guess it's your phone. I'm sorry. Just check out."
Sorry.
And she just looked at me. I don't think she really understood what I was saying, and I just like it was so awful.
And then you got
man.
tackled by security and were arrested.
Yeah, I did. And then everyone applauded as I got dragged out of the store and they threw me in the gutter.
As Charlie's getting dragged by his two arms, and as he's like getting dragged out of the grocery store, he's just going, "I'm sorry."
It was just so fucking bad, man. It was so bad because it went from like me trying to just like like put someone's phone back to then looking like I was stealing someone's phone to me accidentally accusing a child of stealing to a mother yelling at me that I shouldn't accuse her child of stealing.
It
was
sounds
bad.
like this